It is Monday, March 8th. By the time that you are seeing this, we are into the last 2 weeks of the 2021 legislative session. Things are moving fast and furious. Floor votes are getting counted and lobbied very, very quickly. Bills are dying and moving and getting replaced and getting amended, and everything is just happening at light speed right now. So what we'd like to do today, you got Sammy Kao and myself, and we're just going to run through bills that we're working on that are still moving, that there's still time for you to jump into and make a call to your legislators, make a call to your senators, your House reps, and make sure that they are where you need them to be. Listen carefully to when we tell you where a bill is and which committee or which body or which chamber it's in. So that's going to tell you where you kind of need to be looking for who to call on these different bills. So I am, as ever, joined by CV&M climate and energy advocate Sammy Kao. I'm going to let her take it away, talk about a few bills that are still moving here in the last 14 days of the 2021 session.
Thanks, Ben. So one of our top priority bills is, of course, community solar, Senate Bill 84. We got that off of the Senate floor with the vote of 27 to 14. So now we're moving on to the House. And we were surprised by a few odd amendments, but we're carrying on. And we were assigned two committees, House Energy and then House State Government Elections and Indian Affairs. And we're going to be hopefully heard in House Energy next Tuesday. And then our new just transition bill is House Bill 297, the Workforce and Economic Prosperity Act, is also headed to House floor. And that was just added to the schedule, and we should be expecting a floor vote any day now, sooner, hopefully, rather than later. And then we also have House Bill 206, the Utility Affordability and Relief Act, and that was passed. It passed the House with a vote of 39 to 31, so on to the Senate, and it was assigned the Tax, Business, and Transportation Committee, and then as well, we also are in Senate Finance. And finally, one of our good bills was House Bill 137, the Clean Electrification Act, and it was heavily debated in House Judiciary, and they decided to roll the bill to another time to allow for any modifications, and we're hoping to see it back before the end of the session, but if not, we will revisit it next year. And back to you, Ben.
Thank you, Sammy. So, guys, it's different when bills are on the floors, because when they're in committee, they get scheduled for certain days. A bill if it's scheduled for a Tuesday, maybe it'll get rolled off of that Tuesday, but at least in theory, you have an idea of when it's going to get heard. For the floor vote, it's different. It just goes on the floor calendar, and the floor gets to it when they get to it. So it's kind of harder for us to give you an idea of the timing for some of this stuff. Some of the bills that we're telling you about being on the House or the Senate floor may be heard before you ever even see this video. Some of them may be heard in 10 minutes. Some of them may be heard next week or never. So it's a little bit harder to get an idea. The best thing that you can do is, irrespective of when we think the bill's going to get heard or when anyone thinks it's going to get heard, is just making sure that you know that your legislators, that your senators and your reps know it's a priority. Best thing you can do. That helps us pushing to get things scheduled. That helps us with our floor count. It helps us in a lot of different ways, as we can just build that consensus and build that pressure to hear some of these bills. So there's a few more bills that are still kind of moving, that are going. I mean, the things that Sammy just ran through, it's a really exciting array of energy and climate policy, and it's alive. So we could still have all that stuff this year. But we need to keep that pressure up. We need to keep the heat up on this. The other bills that are still moving, Senate Bill 8 is a bill that would basically increase the ability of the Environment Department to promulgate environmental protection rules that are stricter than the federal governmental standards. Right now, we are not allowed to exceed federal standards for protecting air quality, as well as a couple, I think the Hazardous Waste Act is in there as well. And these are limitations on how well we can protect our environment in the state. We need to remove those limitations. Some places we need more strict limitations on air pollution. So Senate Bill 8 is a key one. It got out of Senate Finance, and it is on the Senate floor. So please look up your state senator. We put the link where you can look that up. It should be floating right in the middle of my forehead right now. You can look up your state senator, give them a call. It is on the floor. We don't know exactly when. Make sure that they know that you want them to vote yes on Senate Bill 8. Other bills that we have coming up are House Bill 76. This is another one that has to do with environmental protection rules. It basically is a upgrade to the strength of the state's environmental protection rules without getting too much into the weeds on it. That was on the House floor. Please make sure that you are calling your House representatives. You can also find them at this link. And make sure that your House representatives are supporting House Bill 76. And then finally, our New Mexico Unit Fund bill. This is the one that would change the designation. You've heard Greg probably talk about this on previous videos. It changes the designation of the successor entity for the Water Trust Board away from the CAP entity. The CAP entity was assembled to build a dam. The dam will never be built. There's no point in continuing to have the CAP entity make recommendations on how to spend the roughly $80 million that's left. This is money that should be put to work in Southwest New Mexico now. And the Water Trust Board is the best place for those decisions to get made. That bill is a House bill that is off of the House floor. It's over into the Senate now. So we only really have a couple stops left before we can get that one to the governor's desk. It is in Senate Conservation up on Tuesday morning. That's tomorrow morning if you're watching this on Monday. So please reach out to your senators on Senate Conservation. Make sure that House Bill 200 is a solid yes vote for them so we can get this thing in and out of there, keep it moving through the process. Stuff is going to start moving really, really quickly. Bills that used to get out of a committee and kind of wait for a couple of days and then get heard somewhere else, maybe, or like a week later, things are going to get heard the next day. Things are going to get heard the same day after they get out of committee. So we're going to start seeing things go really, really quick because of a little trick that the legislature does with regards to manipulating the calendar and manipulating time. These are the bills that are still moving. Stay on the phones, keep working those emails. If you're a social media person, get on social media and be tagging legislators and making them sure they know what you need them to vote on. They are going to come and ask you for your vote in November of 2022. Make sure that they know what they need to be doing to earn it today. This is the best thing that you can do. Make sure that that relationship and that feedback dynamic is really, really strong. That's the update, guys. 2 weeks left. We're going to see you next week for our final in session video update. 2021 legislative session. I've aged 37 years in the last 2 months. Thank you guys all for being members. We'll be in touch.